welcome to Blackbriar Gaming. This morning I woke up to another twist in this absolute rollercoaster that is the Saturnine reveal and new edition of Horus Heresy. It appears that the Saturnine reveal show has moved forward by 6 or so days and will now be next Friday, or very, very early Saturday morning for those of us on the other side of the world. Let's just quickly look at the video that gave us this update. You'll notice that not only do we have an early reveal schedule, clearly due to those pesky traitors, but we also have 100% confirmation that we're heading back to Istvaan. In my opinion, one of the weakest parts of Heresy 2.0 is that it opened with a campaign that no one really cared about, and that was clearly contrived to pit GW's favourite legions against each other. The Siege of Chthoniya does not scream peak Heresy to me. If you want to get the old school 30k community excited, it's all about Istvaan. In a wild moment of community understanding, GW have taken the hint, and Heresy 3.0 will be opening with a focus on the drop site massacre. How do we know this? Well, for one, the reveal show is called the Drop Site Preview. Secondly, the video we just watched talks about retribution coming to Istvaan. And thirdly, the Horus Heresy website mentions a campaign focus on the Shattered Legions. Now, everything on that Heresy website should obviously be taken with a grain of salt or possibly flat out ignored. But I do believe there's a few sneaky gems in there that will end up being true. I certainly wouldn't be surprised if we did see a return to the psychic phase or certain characters being able to issue orders. We'll just have to wait and see. But not wait that long, which is great. GW have acknowledged the leaks and I believe rescheduled their reveal show to be as soon as is logistically possible to take back full control of the Heresy 3.0 narrative. So, what might a return to Istvaan and the Drop Site Massacre look like? I certainly don't expect we'll see a prolonged rules release that starts only with those legions and factions present on Istvaan 3 and 5, similar to how Forge World originally paced the first edition of Heresy. I fully expect all legions and factions, including the Solar Auxilia, Mechanicum, and Demons of the Ruinstorm, playable on release. I think it would be a bold move by GW to do anything other than this. How many of these will be in some sort of appendix form or interim PDF, I'm unsure. GW could indeed decide that the current army books are sufficient and only update the core rules. But this would be wildly out of character and result in an edition that feels slightly stale right out of the gate, so I sure hope they don't go down this direction. No, I expect we'll see new Traitor and Loyalist Legion army books much like Heresy 2.0, with the other factions either coming immediately or following very closely. And the return to Istvaan will be in the form of a campaign included either in the 3rd edition rulebook or in a campaign book that is released at the same time as the new Saturnine box set. That is my guess. But I digress. Next Friday and or Saturday, we're going to see what Heresy 3.0 has to offer. Specifically, they mentioned that they'll be lifting the lid on some incredible upcoming releases and getting deep into the lore of the Age of Darkness. What do we think this means? What else might we see besides the Saturnine box? Obviously, the extra releases that always come with New Edition, such as army books, a standalone rulebook, perhaps a campaign book. Maybe we'll see some weapon upgrade kits for Mark II armor. Maybe, just maybe, we'll see some Legion-specific Praetors for Iron Hands, Salamanders, and Raven Guard. This would actually be a great time for that, but let's not get too hopeful. Let me know in the comments what else you think Games Workshop might be alluding to with the multiple releases that will be revealed or hinted at during the Drop Site Preview. The specific mention of getting deep into the lore is also interesting. I don't know if that just means they'll be generally discussing the Drop Site Massacre during the show, or if it's hinting at campaign or lore books, or, and this is wild speculation, it's hinting at a new series of Heresy novels, potentially set at the start of the Heresy, but from different perspectives. I know, I am out of control. The mention of painting is also noteworthy. Perhaps we can expect some more Heresy-specific colours being added to the GW paint range, likely for drop site legions. This would make a lot of sense. Okay, that's enough for now. Let me know in the comments what you're expecting from the drop site preview, and I'll be there with you bright and early for some Heresy action in less than a week's time. Importantly, make sure to keep rolling those dice and getting hyped for Heresy.